Hello everyone, and I hope you're all doing very well. So we're back on with Combined Arms, and today we're looking at APCs. It's going to be a big video because we've got a lot to cover, and so I'm going to talk as quickly as I can, get the information done as quickly as I can. So APC, Armoured Personnel Carrier. My understanding of what an armoured personnel carrier is that it has, to an extent, armour, i.e., in the form of metal armour, but it also is armoured with, and not exceeding, a machine gun or very light cannon. And it can obviously carry a number of personnel. So what we've got today is the APC M1043 Humvee armament. So that means it's got the M2, I think, the machine gun. We've got the APC Cobra. We've got the M113, the classic APC, as I'd call it. We've got this one a bit controversial, but I think this is an APC, TPZ Fuchs. Let me know if you disagree. I may be wrong there. We've got the AAV7, which is a big, look at absolutely heifer. It's a tank-sized thing. We've got a APC BTR-80, which you're probably all aware of. We've got the M1126 Striker ICV. And we've got the MTLB. And we're going to be driving these things, we're going to be shooting the weapons, talking about the controls, commanding them remotely, and stuff like that. So, first of all, let's get some more information about them. First up, the AAV7. It's an amphibious assault vehicle, and a whopping amphibious assault vehicle. It's a real beast of a thing. And we've used them in quite a few missions to move from a fleet that's out to sea into land, bringing the infantry. So the crew is 3 plus 25 passengers, so you can fit 25 guys in there. That's pretty awesome. That background looks like an M113. That's pretty cool. So that is a real efficient beast. It's 8 meters long, so it's a whopping great thing. The engine is a 400 horsepower V8 diesel. It's got good tank spec ground clearance. Its combat weight is 23 tons, so that is a serious beast. I'm amazed that floats. Its max road speed, 64 clicks per hour, just over 40 miles per hour, which is pretty fast. And the water speed is 13.5 kilometers an hour, which is actually really fast. It's the fastest amphibious vehicle I've seen so far, at least in DCS. Its armor is 12 mil to 45 mil, so 45 mil at the front, I'm guessing that is. That's a lot, awful lot for an APC. And its armament is a half-inch M2 machine gun. It says that. It looks like there's 2 of them. In a swivelable turret like so. We've also got some smoke launchers as well. Let's see if we've got anything else. You've got 2 little hatches here. I wonder what they're for. Just for looking around or navigation? I don't know. Be interested in that. Also, what's this here? Is this the engine at the front, I wonder? Is that what these grills are for? No idea. And what are these little chimney things? What an interesting vehicle this is. Wish I knew more about it. Anyway, that's that. It's got this kind of plate at the front there. I wonder if that's for kind of ramming up on the beach or whatever. Interesting. But anyway, let's go to the next vehicle. BTR-80. So you've all probably seen this in DCS, and if not, definitely in Armour. Armoured quintessential Soviet armoured personnel carrier. Crew, 2. So only just 2 to operate it. And it can carry 9 guys. Combat weight's half of the other one, so it's 13.5 tons. It's nearly as long, 7.6 meters. The engine is a V8, presumably diesel, 260 horsepower. One thing this is missing is the dates they were introduced. It'd be really nice if they had the dates. Max road speed, 80 kilometers an hour, about 50 miles an hour. That's very good, just because it's wheeled, I suppose. Max water speed, 10 kilometers an hour. That's pretty cool. Is it driven just by the wheels underwater, or have we got... I don't see any fans or anything. Possibly these jets, little jets? No, that's mostly the exhaust. I don't really know. Operating range 700 clicks is amazing. 8x8, so I guess that means it's 8-wheel drive. Armament is a 14.5mm KPV8 machine gun. I didn't realise I had a smaller machine. Oh, and so it has that, a big machine gun. They're almost the Dushka type machine gun, and the 7.62 PKT machine gun there. So I'm not sure if we can use both, but we'll certainly give it a go. Anything else interesting about it? Lights at the front here. Probably more lights there. So you can see it's kind of... The bottom is suitable for amphibious. It's got these little things on the side here. I wonder what they are. Not sure. No, nothing else I really understand there. Is it a main... Where is the access for this? It doesn't have a big ramp at the back. So I guess you have to kind of get these little hatches here. These hatches must open. You get the guys on the side. It's a bit inconvenient, isn't it? Okay, BTR 80. Next. Cobra. It's a funky little thing. It always reminds me of a dune buggy or something. So it's armoured personnel carrier, 5 meters long. So it's still pretty long, like compared to a car or something. It's pretty long. So what's that? 15, 16 feet. So it's as long as a long car, I suppose. Crew is 1, and I guess a machine gunner, plus 8 humans in the back there, which is pretty cool. So it can carry nearly as many guys as the BTR 80, so it's pretty superior, really. It is a General Motors V8 diesel at 190 horsepower. God, my Clio's more powerful than that. Well, nearly. 4x4 configuration. Empty weight is just under 5 tons, so hugely lighter now. It's several times lighter than the AAV7. Ground clearance is very low at 266 centimeters. Aha, now we're cooking on gas. Road speed 115 kilometers, like 70 miles an hour or something. So that's pretty awesome. That's really going to get places quick. Water speed. All these things can go in water. I find that absolutely amazing. I mean, I don't know if they can go in for water for long term or what. I mean, surely the seals are going to leak and stuff like that. Pretty awesome engineering if it can go in water for long term. Again, no obvious way that it's propelled in water. How does one propel one in water? Do the wheels somehow work? I don't think they would they? But there you go. Operational range 752 clicks, so bloody far. And it's got an M2 machine gun. It will have 360 traverse. Oh, we've got some writing. Cobra is a light armoured personnel carrier developed by the Turkey company. Oh, it's Turkish. I had no idea. Autocar. The Cobra has a full closed hull welded from steel armour plates. Armour protects crew and personnel from 7.62mm bullets and small caliber artillery projectiles and mines. I guess that's kind of the shape of the bottom there, mine deflection. Main armament consists of I think it was an M2, wasn't it? Machine gun, armour placed on the roof. The Cobra is also a base chassis for a number of various armoured vehicles, such as armoured ambulance vehicle, self-propelled 81mm mortar, ground surveillance radar vehicle, etc. So I wonder what's unique to Turkey that you would have this kind of fast little, almost Land Rover-ish kind of a vehicle. Why doesn't the United States and Russia have something equivalent to this? Just out of interest, or maybe they do and I don't know about it, but that's interesting. Door at the back, and nothing else I can really see. I guess that's the engine at the front. All very cool. Right, next. M113, whoop, whoop, whoop. Really, really heavily used. I haven't got any production numbers or anything here, but this must be a really heavily manufactured vehicle. I guess you'd say made famous in the Vietnam War. I think that's right. Tracked rather than wheeled, so we're not going to see those speeds, but it's obviously a very successful vehicle. It is less than 5 meters, so it is getting more car size now. Crew is 2, and it can carry 11, so it's pretty impressive. Ground clearance really high, 430 centimeters. Combat weight, just over 11 tons. What else? Engine is a V6 diesel, 212 horsepower. Max road speed, 61 kilometers an hour, about 42 miles an hour, something like that. So it's okay. Max water speed, 5.8. Again, don't know its duration in the water, but that would be interesting to know. Armour, 12 to 44, so presumably 44 at the front here, in case it takes a medium-sized shell or something, and light at the back. And the armament is 1x M2 machine gun with a guy in the hatch. See if we can see anything interesting about it. So that's the access for the guys. Little tow hooks there. In case it needs to tow something. Probably going to make a really good tow vehicle. Where's the engine? I don't know where the engine is. At the front, maybe? Where's the driver? The driver is there, maybe? That just sounds like the driver, doesn't it? God, he can't see very well, can he? Must have little periscopes or something. Lights, more towing stuff to be towed out of the Vietnam quagmire. And that's it. And another hatch, escape hatch or something at the top there. Not sure. Anyway, cool vehicle. Let's move on. Okay, we've got the 1043 Armoured Humvee. It shows how stupid I am. Earlier on I was asking why we don't have an equivalent for the Armoured Doom Buggy. And I guess we do. It must be the Humvee, doesn't it? And the The Soviets had their own version of the Humvee, whatever that was called, I've forgotten. We'll look at that in another video, I imagine. Anyway, it's the M1043 Armoured Carrier Humvee. I wonder what Humvee stands for. If anyone knows, that would be pretty cool. It is 4.7 meters. So, again, I guess kind of car-size vehicle. It says crew 2 to 4. I guess that means it has 2 crew and then it can carry 4. I thought Humvee could carry more. I'm sure it can. In Armour 3, we can carry like 6 people in the back or something. But okay. It has guessing that's General Motors V8 diesel, 150 horsepower. Jesus Christ, that's awful. Okay. Must be incredibly robust if it's going to have that bad power. Wheel configuration 4x4. Empty weight 2.8 tons. Max vehicle load 1.1 tons. Max towed load 1.5 tons. Ground clearance, very impressive, 410 centimeters. Wow. Max road speed, here we go, 113 kilometers, so I don't know, 70, 80 miles an hour, as fast as you're ever going to need to go in a Humvee, basically. It's pretty awesome. Operational range 482 kilometers, and it has an M2 machine gun with a guy operating it in the turret type thing. We use these in armor all the time, so I don't think I'm going to see anything new here. It doesn't say what the armor is, but I think it's going to be pretty thin generally. Hence the low weight. And this big hatch comes up, and you can kind of slide wounded soldiers or arms in there. Massive aerial on it. Okay, that's the Hammer. Next, Striker. Right, Striker. Now the Striker is a very modern platform, I believe. A modern NATO or US platform, and it was designed to be modular as far as I'm aware. So you have a kind of base Striker. I don't think, maybe this is the base one. And then you can change bits and add bits onto it, like a transformer. You can change it and put like a howitzer turret on. You can change it and put a grenade launcher on. You can change it and put, as we'll see throughout the rest of this series. So it's pretty cool. Oh, I always thought it looks an awfully ugly vehicle. It's probably extremely useful and cool. So it's an infantry carrier, so ICV? Have I put this in the wrong? No, APC, it should be APC. Crew is 2 and plus 9. A little bit disappointed with the plus 9, bearing in mind it's 7 meters long, but okay. We've got combat weight 17 tons, so it's a bit of a heifer. We've got a diesel 350 horsepower, 330 clicks range, 8x, so 8-wheel drive presumably. Max road speed 96 kilometers, about 60 something miles per hour, so it's pretty impressive. Road speed, and an M2 machine gun. That's that. Let's move on. MTLB. Wow, our description is a multi-purpose, fully amphibious armoured personnel carrier. Thanks for that. Well, fully amphibious, I'm guessing it means it can go full-time in the water, so that's one thing we've learned. It's got tracks, it's got a very low profile. It actually looks like a cool vehicle. Shame it's not armed as some of the others. Things here. Exhausts, question mark? Not sure. Twin hatches for getting in. Looks big. Looks about 7 to 8 meters long. Kind of rampy front there. I guess that's for the water. And it looks like a closable hatch there or something. Or maybe that's kind of bolted on a bit of armor or something for landing. Definitely a hatch there, escape hatch or something. So you can have gunner's view and driver's view hatches there, I guess. Seems pretty old, this vehicle, I'm guessing. Hatches for whatever, for turning out and shooting maybe. Bolt-on plates for something. Maybe it can carry a gun. Maybe we'll see in some of the other variants. Gun looks like a 7.62, 7.92, something like that. And that is all I can guess. Again, no idea what powers it in the water. The tracks? How do the tracks power something in the water? I'm obviously missing the obvious. Right, so that's that. Next is TPZ. Now, I may have this wrong. No, it's definitely an armored personnel carrier. Armored personnel carrier, 7 meters long. Bit of a heifer. Was this German? Must be German. Ground clearance, 400 centimeters. That's good. Combat weight, 19 tons. So it's a heavy old heifer. 2 crew, which you can see them boys there, plus 10, which is not particularly impressive for such a large vehicle. Mercedes-Benz model something V8, 320 horsepower, power to weight, blah blah blah. Road speed 105 kilometers, very impressive. That's what 65, 70 miles an hour. It's really good. Water speed 10.5 kilometers an hour, really good as well. Oh look, fans at the back. Finally, we know how something is driven. So steerable and yes, so they're not for cooling the wheels. They are for driving it in the water. It's pretty cool. Operational range 800 kilometers. I think that's the biggest we have so far. The Germans always seem to do things best. 6x6 drive. Cool little armored turret there with what? It doesn't say. 7.62 machine gun, maybe. Don't know. Excellent visibility for the driver, and I guess that has a hatch that can turn down. Yeah, so it doesn't look like it's going to cover that window, but okay. Hatch there for the engine, question mark, maybe. Towing point, lights, mirrors, tools, tow bars, tow points, massive hatch at the back for the infantry, smoke deployers, question mark, axes in case you have to hack some men in the head, a thing, hatches, turnout hatches, right, I'm getting to know what they are now. And maybe these are vents for the engine. Let me know what you think. Oh, look, it's all the drive shafts and stuff. How funky. So I wonder if we can see the engine. So we've got transfer box, diff. You got the axles, and you got these kind of trailing and leading bars here. Maybe they're part of leaf spring suspension or something. No, it's not leaf spring. It's independent suspension. Looks pretty cool vehicle. I like that. Anyway, I must stop gabbling because you're going to get turned off. Right, that is the vehicles looked at. Now let's go and do some drivey. Okay, we're going to go red. We're going to go tactical commander. Boom. And here is our boys here. So first of all, before we go in, we're going to go through our usual adjust controls. We go to combined arms, which we'll find up here. These are the controls for all of the combined arms vehicles, and there are lots of them. They're all the same, so you just go in here to find the controls, and they're really simple. There's only about 50 to, 70 of them. You don't need me to explain all of them for you. They're very self-explanatory and very easy to use. So when we're driving and firing the vehicle, I'll let you know what I press then as the basics, but that's about it. Next, we'll look at the views as ever. So if we're going to drive our first vehicle, let's just say we're going to take whatever that is there, the Hummer. I'm going to click on this drive button here. And for views, just going to turn that down. That is going to be a little bit loud today, isn't it? For views, F1 brings us in here, insert, and we can drive and fire from this view. We can press insert, we get outside, and we can drive and fire from this view. The mouse cursor moves the turret around. Back inside, we press F7, then we get an outside view of our vehicle, and the mouse will then move the camera around, and we can zoom in and zoom out like thus. F1 to get back in the vehicle. To drive the vehicle, in fact, before we do that, I'm just going to put the cursor up. Here is the azimuth of the turret at the top here, and we can move it around with the mouse cursor like thus. Here is our aiming crosshair. Here is our AI commands. If our group is bigger than just me, then that is the formation and the ROE of my guys, but I've just got 6 single groups here, 7 or 8 or whatever it is. Here is the current selected weapon. We can cycle through the different weapons with the E echo key. In this vehicle, we've only got the M2, so you can't cycle. 100 rounds currently loaded in the box, and here is ammo in the magazine. If we need to reload from the magazine, press left shift, left control, and a Romeo. Here is the gear. We're in neutral. We can be in reverse, or we can be in drive. We can cycle through the gears with the Zulu and X-ray keys. Speed of the hull in miles per hour. Azimuth of the hull. Azimuth of the turret compared to the hull, compared to north. Health points of the vehicle. All of these APCs are going to have the same or very similar layout. Next, we will drive the vehicle. We'll drive it from the outside because we can. Insert. Take my cursor off. So I'm going to press X-ray to get it into a forward gear. Whiskey to go forward. Delta, turn right. Alpha to turn left. Sierra to brake. Zulu back to reverse. Now Whiskey goes backwards and Sierra brakes. X-ray to bring it to neutral gear. Now we can actually load infantry into these vehicles, but it's not something that we can easily do as far as I'm aware. It requires some programming in the mission. And now I do have a short video of that in the mission editor section if you want to see that. But that's a bit more advanced, so I'm not going to go into that today. And before we go on to shooting the cannons, we've got things in most of these vehicles like night vision, like deploying smoke, other things like that. they're very easy to use, and it's all shown in the controls menu, so click through that at your own convenience. In regards to targets today, all we've got is a bunch of Hummers, because all we've got to use is kind of relatively light machine guns. So we're going to use some of machine guns today. Going to go back into the cockpit. Some vehicles you can press right mouse button to zoom in, some you can't. In this particular one, it doesn't look like you can. So let's have a blast. Left mouse button and hold for machine gun. Note that I can press the return key like that and get a lock on this guy. That's obviously unrealistic, but there's something we can do. If you get a lock on the hostile, it gives you the range on the left, and it gives you a lead icon there, so I can show where I need to shoot to put the lead of the vehicle, of the lead of the gun. So backspace to take the lock away, press enter, press return, sorry, to get the new lock, and you can see that is the lead I want for that guy. And you can see the damage I'm doing to the Hummer on the left there, and I've got his range at 300 meters. If I unlock there with backspace, some vehicles have laser rangefinders, some don't. So if I were to press L, Lima, I would get a laser ranging if I had that ability. I don't have that in the Humvee APC, obviously. So let's finish one of these guys off. Let's get him. Good son. Good son. Lovely job. Next APC. Got the Turkish Cobra. In we go. So we've only got the single machine gun here. Back inside. Let's have a pop at one of these guys, shall we? Good son. That was faster firing than the M2. Good son. Lovely, look at that. I'll show the reloading function. It may be automated, it may be not. I'll just... That's very fast firing for a half-inch machine gun, isn't it? So some vehicles reload automatically. You can see this one's going to reload automatically. So that's fine. Let's go to the next one. 113. Ooh, my favourite. Again, we've just got one gun on it, which is the M2. Cassan. Very good. Very nice weapon there. You can shoot from outside here. And you can shoot while moving. X-ray. And we're out of ammo. Reloading. If you use all of your ammo, including the ammo in the magazine, then you can rearm from an ammo truck if you have an ammo truck, and you're going to do it with that there, this key, left Alt and slash or R. I've set it up as just in case. So that's something to bear in mind. And kaboomy. Okay. Next, going for the TPZ Fuchs. Oh, this is a funky little thing. Let's have a little look outside. So it's just got the one machine gun again. Unsure of the caliber. Oh, 7.62. So we're not going to do as much damage with this. Let's have a go anyway. See if we've got laser rangefinder. No, we haven't. So let's take this guy down. Get some. Oh, look how much damage. We're only doing 1% damage. Get some. Get some. Out of ammo. Reloading. Pow pow pow! That's that done. That's my Fuchs. Next Vic. We've got the AAV, the fully amphibious little douche here. So let's go. Okay, right, now this is more like it. So we've got a proper turret here and proper aiming sight and stuff. And let's have a look outside. So we've got that looks like a grenade launcher. That is a grenade launcher. So if we go back inside, we press the echo key. We can change between the M430, which I think is a grenade launcher. Let's have a go. Oh baby, yeah, beautiful. And we've got 768 rounds of grenade launcher. Absolutely ridiculous. Press Echo, and we've got the M2 again. We've got a cool sight. We've got a twin sight there. I guess one for the grenade launcher, one for the machine gun. Right, so we're going to have some fun with this. Let's get the grenade launcher back out. Let's get it in gear. Let's go. Get some. Get some. Oh. God, it really shifts as well. What a weapon. That is a cool web, that is. Right, so I have an all new respect for, I did hate it before, but now I absolutely love the AAV7. I'm going to use it at any chance I can. Look at that anti-infantry effect. Wow, okay. Learning new things every day. So next we've got the BTR-80. That is the turret of the Turkish vehicle ahead. Now we've got the weapons. We've got the 14.5mm armor penetrating, or we've got the 7.62, so we'll start with the 7.62. We've got the ability to zoom in with this. We've got a kind of telescopic sight, which is pretty awesome. Get some. We don't need to cheat. Get some. Oh, sorry, sir. Turret is... Oh, the turret is actually quite good. Oh, there's an M113 out there, look. Let's see if we can kill him. Get some. Pretty sure a 7.62 couldn't damage an M113, but what do I know? Let's go for the, wow, 200 rounds per mag. 1,700 rounds. Wow, that's pretty awesome. And the 14.5. Ooh, it's big. It's big. Get some. Get some. Pretty cool suppression. That is cool. So which one does it use as the anti-air? Probably both, because it's really good in anti-air as well, this thing. Devastating. Right, that's that. Let's look at the next. Is a striker. Ooh, laser rangefinder. So, in this, let's just have a look. We've just got the single machine gun, which I think is an M2. So we've got our, if we press the L key, we can laser range different vehicles and stuff. So that's, let's try and find something far away. Nothing left really, is there? Let's try and get him. 267 clicks, 200 rounds in the 12.7, 800 in the mag. Guess up. Pretty awesome. Right, next Vig. That's the last one, that's a shame. It is the APC MTLB, don't know anything about this. Oh, it's got a little telescopic sight, that's cool. It is just a little turret machine guns, all we're going to get. No other weapons. Can't zoom the sight in. What's this, 7.62? Get some. Get some. That's it. Right, so that was completely needless going through all those different weapons, but it was good fun, let's face it. So we can fire, even with small weapons like this, I think we can damage medium, kind of light, medium to light armor like that, you can see that. But obviously if we had a battle tank or something like that, none of these weapons would be any use, they would just bounce straight off. Okay, so we just need to show controlling these things remotely quickly, so red. Tactical commander. Okay, we can click on our guys. These are actually 8 separate groups with 1 unit in each group, so that's something to bear in mind. Let's grab our AAV here. Here we can change the formation if there were more than one unit in this group. It's ROE, fire, return, fire, hold. I just realised that guy needs to be on hold. His state, whether he wants to be red, green or auto, usually just leave it on auto. Restrictions, add target, set path. So set path we'll do next, set path. And we'll go left click, left click, left click, right click to confirm. Off he toots. And we can speed him up, we can slow him down. Let's run to the end of that course. Let's turn him to ROE. Well, if we wanted to add a target, this might not work. Let me just move him to over here. Get him out of the range of those friendlies. Okay, we'll see if this works. May not work for an APC, but we'll certainly try. Add target. I want him to fire at, say, that house there. Left click, set that. I'm going to add a bit of target radius. I'm going to start firing. Let's see if he plays ball. No, it's not going to do it. It's just not a suitable vehicle for shooting at ground, I guess. That's why. So we're going to scratch that target. I'm not sure why that's there in that case. In fact, I'm going to send him back here. Let's make him shoot at these friendlies. Let's set him to fire. See if we can get him firing at something. Right through the fence. And he's lost interest, or is out of ammo. Well, that's Combined Arms AI for you. Right, that's all I've got to show. Hope that helps, and see you later.